Okay, and we're back in again. That peace deal took 8 minutes. Germany took 24 states, 2 Sicilies took 10, Dominion of Canada took 17, French Republic took 8, United States of America took 31. Wow. CNTFAI, Union of Britain, Commune of France, Irish Socialist Republic of Venezuela, and Socialist Republic of Italy have been annexed. Is Dublin a victory point? Because right now it is controlled by the Reichspakt, and I assume that it probably is. We're going to see some incredibly rapid naval invasions going for Ireland here, I suspect. Are there any other easy victory points that could be taken? Paris is actually quite far behind the lines at the moment. I'm guessing I'm allowed to look at Europe again, because this is too exciting not to. Hello?
Mordred, India deliberately tried to extend the peace, like taking a knee, so we're extending 2 minutes.
Okay.
More up.
Sounds good. Am I allowed to look? Go, it's gone. I'm going to say that I am. Oh, we've got a naval invasion. Belfast has now fallen, and the road is open to Dublin. That was an incredibly quick naval invasion. Crikey, that happened fast. However, the American heavy tanks are not moving. Who controls Crete? Crete is currently controlled by the USA. So, Entente. No last-minute airdrops this time. I mean, there still could be, but no. It looks like the Americans are going to be taking Dublin. Boom. There goes Dublin. Meanwhile, we've got naval invasions off the coast of Germany. They were indeed stopped at the Kiel Canal. Oh! Russia has actually broken across the river and are heading towards Minsk. There are also major offensives going on around Thessalonica. We've got the American heavy tanks bursting forth. They've actually broken through the defences here, and the way could well be open towards Varna? No, Sofia's fallen. Bulgaria has lost Sofia. Ooh, Ireland has capitulated. There we go. So Bulgaria has lost Sofia to a last-second offensive by the Indian and American forces. We've got American heavy tanks. We have got Indians moving in to defend it. We've got an American unit attacking the wrong way. He needs to attack here to stop the Bulgarians. Are the Bulgarians going to come in? Bulgaria has actually managed to block the Indian unit, and that Bulgarian is going to move in because this American is refusing to turn around and attack. Oh no, he's done it! Last second, he is actually stopping the unit moving into Bulgaria. I'm going to switch to Bulgaria's perspective because we have got Austrian tanks on the way into Sofia. He should probably be force marching to just outside of Sofia so that he can actually move in for that last second into Sofia proper. It does look like they might... No! The Indian got out! The Indian was not trapped, so we've got this heavy tank who's going to be getting closer to Sofia. He is going to have to do all of the work to take Sofia itself. They are moving... No! He's moving away again! What's he doing? The Varna's not the capital, Sofia is. Oh no! Does he think that Varna's the capital? Because the American heavy tanks are moving to Varna. Are they trying to capitulate Bulgaria? I think they're trying to capitulate Bulgaria. Yeah, they're definitely trying to capitulate. Varna has fallen. Bulgaria still hasn't. Constanza and Dubrich are still around. We have got Austrian mechanized units who could trap the American heavy tanks. The Austrian heavy tanks coming in with some organization. The battle is on. We've got 700 soft attack against 600. 700 hard attack against something. Something. So Varna is going to fall again, but Sofia now being attacked by the heavy tanks. The American Marine here being basically left alone. This guy could definitely go and move up to go and push them out of Aranya. We've got the Austrian mechanized moving in from the flanks to try and get some cutoffs going on. However, the Indians do seem to be moving in position to go and block that. What's their capital now? Skopje. And we have got a Bulgarian infantryman trying to block them from getting into Skopje, 2 of them, in fact. But Sofia is still the important one. Look at Spain, I'm being told. Spain is airdropped to Ukraine, who have taken Madrid. Last second save there by the Ukrainians, and they are absolutely going to form a ring of steel, or, you know, paratroops, around Madrid. And oh no, we're having a last second Out of sync. I lost second hot join? Oh, this isn't a hot join. This is probably a an OOS rehost. I wonder if someone did that on purpose. I know there are ways of doing it. Oh, and we are back in. So the last 5 minutes start right now. It is exactly 12:30. So we have got... hello.
Yeah. 5-minute countdown starts now.
Yep, 5 minutes. Gotcha. So it is exactly 12:30. We've got until 12:35 for these last few seconds. We are taking a look at Sofia, where we do have indeed a group of Austrian heavy tanks coming in. We've got some here on the flank. We've got another 3 charging in for the main offensive. I think that Sofia is going to fall. The question is, can they hold it? Sofia's defense is actually... Oh, we're paused. He would riot. Now what? Alright, well, I threatened to do it. I'm going to do it. Oh, this might be giving KVK a tiny bit of time to actually see what the hell's going on. Because his economy is dreadful. His previous player was not playing a good game. So submarines have indeed been sent out to the South China Sea. Organised some more submarines to blockade the Australians. Strike fleets are being sent out right now. He's also got some ships on patrol in the Arafur Sea. But he really, really, really needs to get some escorts. Get his convoys going in with the fuel supplies that he so desperately needs.
So we got exactly 12 seconds into that.
Yeah.
We're gonna get these hot joins done, and then we're gonna restart the timer.
Okay, sounds fair. Let's do this! And we are unpaused. Let's zoom in on Sofia right away, because we have got Austrian heavy tanks moving inside, immediately pushing in against Sofia. Let's take a look at this from Bulgaria's perspective, because this is definitely going to be the position that we want to see this from. We've got Sofia has fallen. However, Sofia's heavy tank immediately moved out. They have brought in another one. We have the mechanized forces pushing in against the Americans. We have some Americans encircled over by Skopje. Meanwhile, Bolivia has capitulated to Argentina. Argentina, who are in the Reichspakt? Yes, Argentina, who are a Reichspakt nation, have managed to take out Bolivia. Palermo was the other one that you suggested we take a look at. So we do indeed have the 2 Sicilies forces moving on Palermo as well, and they could well try to take it. There could also be a naval invasion of some description in the not too distant future. Meanwhile, we've got the Americans marching in with additional forces. We've got some American heavy tanks here as well. One there. One that just moved over here somewhere. Sofia has now got a defensive cordon around them. The other place that we need to take a look at is Madrid, which has fallen to the Americans. Madrid has been taken back by American heavy tanks. Let's zoom in and take a look. There are 4 American heavies who are just pasting the Ukrainian powers. The powers just have no answer to the sheer power of those heavies. Then we have got American units trying to attack against the Austrians, but I think that Sofia right now is probably safe, although some of the Germans are being forced back here. There are probably... Oh, we're paused again. I think the spreadsheet cannot keep up. Yeah. I think the Entente taking Madrid back is going to be a big deal. And they're saying defend Jerusalem. Oh, Jerusalem is a point as well. And we do actually have some Chinese units coming in from the Co-Pro to try and take them. Co-Pro definitely not giving up the ghost here as they march for Delhi. And Delhi is actually surrounded by 2 Co-Pro units.
So Entente used its pause to try to turn down the clock.
Okay. Is that going to be added or not?
We are going to have to go by precedence and allow it to be part of the 4 minutes, yeah.
Okay. So, 2 minutes are being wound down from the clock. Time wasting there. Who did it? Co-Pro or did Entente did it? I think that was the Entente. I mean, to be fair, the Reichspakt used the peace deal to wind down the clock in their favour. So, I have less problem with this because these are things which any team could do, as opposed to just throwing the match completely as Third International did. So effectively 5 minutes is going to become 3. And how are things standing right now? Right now the scores are 12-10 to the Entente. Really sucks to have the game extended when you do suicide paratroopers. I mean, the paratroopers didn't even last the 5 minutes. They would have been on the clock regularly. I think the advantage here was America was able to see. And I'm going to guess that these American... Oh, they're not even American. They're French. Just under command of America. Oh no, under command of France. They are not even brand new. I was going to say that these are just new units. They've just been pushed out, but they haven't. Plus, they would have had to be in America, because America's the core territory. Never mind. But yeah, the powers are getting mopped up right now. They are not going to be able to last for very much longer. Meanwhile, Sofia does seem to be entrenching itself a little bit more. I think that the Reichspakt is going to be wanting to send some troops to Sicily's way. Do we have any Austrian heavy tanks moving towards that? Because Palermo could even the odds again, right? We do have some pretty heavy German units moving in. Palermo is under constant assault by the very, very heavy German units. The Indians frantically trying to defend and stop them doing so. However, the Germans and the two Sicilies moving in some more additional forces to fight there. Sofia still is very much under their control. Not seeing any more sneak invasion. Oh no, we've got a naval invasion in Dover. So Marines have landed in Dover trying to get to London. Unfortunately, the entirety of the south coast is pretty heavily defended and the Americans still have their heavy ships in the area. However, Ajaccio in Corsica has just fallen to the French Republic, and we have got Venetian and German forces trying to attack across into it. Is Ajaccio? Is Corsica a victory point? I'm not sure. Meanwhile, Palermo has fallen. Two Sicilies has successfully managed to take Palermo. All they need to do is arrive, and there we go. We've got Austrian heavy tanks occupying the city of Palermo. Meanwhile, the Americans are trying to attack against the Austrian mechanized. I want to take a quick look at these mechanized templates to see if they're actually going to be any good. They're not even got any units in them, but they've got AA, motorized AA. They've got motorized units. They've got mechanized units. These guys are going to be really difficult to kill. 1,400 defense. Good luck is all I can say to you. Plus, because they don't have any tanks in there, they are also going to have the hit points and the organization to actually resist, and of course the hardness to resist the soft attack by those people. The real question is whether they can squeeze out another air attack on Madrid, though I am assuming this time that Madrid is just going to have tanks sitting on top of them, and they are indeed, and they've actually moved some tanks a little bit further away so that they can't be seen if they do have some intel flyovers. I don't know if that exists. I'm going to pretend they do. Paris doesn't look like it's going to come under threat. Doesn't look like the Indians here in France are going to come under threat. If they try to power drop on London, it wouldn't work. What about Jerusalem? We have got some Siamese units next door to Jerusalem, but India is still holding on to that. Delhi is under attack by the Chinese, as I had kind of expected to see. However, the Indians are throwing additional forces out to try and defend. What are these Indian units? Are they 10 combat widths? They are just being pumped out. They are indeed 10 combat width militia with no generals worrying about that. Meanwhile, have the Co-Pro managed to lift the blockade and get some fuel in for their air controller? No, they have not. The Australasian blockade of Japan is continuing. However, UK has arrived. Hello, America. Hello, England. Kiev is under attack by the Russians. The Russians are going after Kiev. However, We do have one of the Austrian... We're paused. One of the Austrian super units defending Kiev. Is that it? I think that might be the end of the 2 minutes. And I don't think we're tied anymore. No points in Corsica, but Cagliari and Sardinia is one. Interesting. I'm going to take a look at the Discord, see what's going on. Everyone's in the Entente channel. Like, everyone. Okay, not everyone, just a lot of people. And Discord's frozen again. It's been consistently Discord that's been causing the crashes, actually. Not Chrome. It's whenever I tab over to Discord, it's just like, ah! Just checking that it's not unpaused. The entire... No, it's not everyone in the Entente. It's the Internationale that's in the Entente channel. That's not suspicious. Like, the entire Internationale team is in the Entente channel right now. Oh, Palermo's not worth any points to Reichspakt? 10-11 to the Entente. 11-10 to Entente. Co-Pro invading northern Germany again. Ah, why can't I close that? There we go. Yes, they are. Danzig. Delhi doesn't matter. It adds 3 to Co-Pro, but doesn't cost the Entente anything. Wait, really? Delhi's a minor capital, though. Right, and yeah, actually, while we're in this little downtime, we did have a bunch of people following and subscribing and stuff like that. So let me just go and see where we got to. Mentalu, Mikey Mensu, Zuleka, Aethic, George Payne, Lex Loves Nukes, and Baku Cuckoo. Thank you very much for the follows. Welcome to the channel. And then Tom Michael has gifted a sub to Und Tirpitz. Congratulations on the gifted subs there, courtesy of Tom Michael Tirpitz. Thank you for that. And apologies that there was a bit of a delay for me noticing the notifications. I am really out of tea, so I can't do any of the drink teas, but P-Bat, this water is yours. And Meaten, this one's yours. Comrade Shamrock. Ken. P-Bat. I think I might have said P-Bat already. But screw it, I'm thirsty. Constantinople is under attack. Constantinople is occupied by Bulgaria. Like a last-ditch defense. And we've got all of... Well, we've got a American heavy tank attacking into it, but they are so far resisting it. The tension is so thick you can hear a pin drop, yeah. This looks like it's the admins tallying up the victory points, I assume. Just to make sure that none of them are mistaken. Because this is seemingly the 5 minutes being up. Right now we've got the Entente leading by 2 points. Co-Prosperity on 4. Third International on a very deserved 0. And then the Reichspakt on 9. And there are 41 people looking at that spreadsheet right now. And if you guys are wondering what on earth the spreadsheet is, and if you want to see it for yourself, and, you know, inflate the number of people looking there, then you can find the score sheet. All right, and that position right there. Waiting for the final announcement of a victory, or not. Because this has been so close, they're being very careful. Honestly, the MVP team for me is the German team. I agree. Like, I've really liked how the Reichspakt have played. So even if they don't get the victory point victory, they certainly win the moral victory in my eyes. Like, the fact that they are fighting all three factions and doing okay. Like the big invasion of Germany, which is probably the closest they've come to losing, repulsed. Sweden holding firm. None of their nations have capitulated. Ukraine is looking shaky. Looking very shaky at the moment. But they do have units moving up here to reinforce that, and they've probably been shuffling units around to make sure that they can keep control of the territories around. Entente took Taiwan, which is why it's a 2-point win and not a 1-point win. Oh! Yes, they did. Reichspakt fought the hardest today for sure. Wasn't here yesterday though. Reichspakt were good yesterday too. Still nothing coming out from the admins. People are moving around the different channels like crazy. But the silence, it's killing me. Mildrick, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the channel. Two Sicily's MVP. I mean, they are definitely the nation that's grown the most. That is a very mighty Two Sicilies at this point. Particularly as this used to be a player. This is an AI who has taken over from a player. Let's take a look at their industry. 46 factories. And they are restoring order in Latium. Are they still a government? And they're not. No, they're not a government in exile. Oh, they're petitioning for their independence. No, they haven't done it yet. They could request reinstatement, but they haven't done it yet. I feel like I need to do another Two Sicilies playthrough. I do like Two Sicilies. I may have mentioned that once or twice. I'm not sure if that came through. Hello.
Hey, alright. So, the victor of this year's tournament, Kaiserreich 2020, is the Entente. Swooped in at the end, took all the victory points all across the globe.
And what was the score in the end?
The score is 11 points to Entente, 9 points to Reichspakt, 4 to Co-Prosperity.
And a very, very well played game from all, well, 4 of the factions, but 3 of them in particular. We were saying in chat that we think that the moral victory goes to the Reichspakt because they are fighting against all 3 factions, but the victory point victory is the one that counts. So that is indeed a very hearty victory to the Entente. So congratulations to those players.
Yeah, at one point, a lot of people were just fighting against Reichspakt for against strategic reasoning, I'd personally say.
Yeah, that wasn't even subtle.
Yeah. Regardless, do you want to talk to the victors? Should I bring them up here?
I'm afraid I really don't have time. I was supposed to have finished an hour ago.
All right. Fair enough.
I would love to, but I just can't. What I will say, though, is people in chat, if you want to hear from the players, I would highly recommend you go to the Kaiserreich Weekly Discord. You can chat to them there. So if you want to ask them questions and that type of thing, I'm sure they will be receptive to you.
There's a viewers lobby. So like if you go in there and just join, then like all of the participants are here. You can ask them any questions that you want. We'll be asking them to go in there, etc.
So there you go. Anyway, thanks very much, the 1-2, for doing that. And also, just while you're here, please also tell the other admins like how thankful we are that you've organised this and put in so much effort behind the scenes to make sure that everything runs as smoothly as it has. So thank you, personally. Thank you.
Yeah, no worries. We'll see you next year, Mordred.
Yeah, see you next year. Thanks very much. Wait. Don't go anywhere just yet. I've got one more thing that I need to say. Because the results of this tournament has actually been changed. We got a message via Discord after the tournament had finished, after everyone had finished celebrating. Apparently they were looking back on some footage and like checking the actual game, but the 1-2, one of the admins, posted this on Discord afterwards. Due to evidence of severe rule breaks coming forwards, the tournament victors have been annulled. The previous victors forfeit the victory points gained by taking Great Britain, giving the Reichspakt the lead. This would give the Reichspakt the win, regardless of whether the points in Britain were awarded to them or not. This was done because the Internationale colluded with the Entente to abandon Britain to deny a Reichspakt victory. While this was strongly suspected before, evidence arose that proves the trading of Britain was beyond a doubt deliberate and intentional to throw the game in favour of the Entente, not the happenstance of their simultaneous war on the Reichspakt. Sadly, while we believe the Entente could most likely have done what they did legally, they did not inform the staff of the Internationale's attempts to throw the game and thus instead exploited it immediately. So, without further ado, we need to introduce the real victors of the tournament, led by the Maelstrom as Germany, Freddy as Austria, Atlas Returns as Sweden, Purple Teaser as Bulgaria, and Chasm as the Ukraine, making the Team Tuken party the actual victors of the 2020 Kaiserreich Weekly tournament. So I'm kind of sorry that it had to end on that note. I am kind of pleased that they did that, though, because I do think that the Reichspakt were the rightful victors. The Entente's victory was definitely a bittersweet one. They definitely deserve second place, but I don't think they deserve to win. And I really hope that there's going to be some kind of ramifications for the Internationale, because that's just not on. What they were doing, how they handled themselves, I didn't like it. I really didn't like it. So we shall see what this means going forwards. But congratulations to the Team Tuken for the victory in the Kaiserreich Weekly 2020. Just wanted to pop in for just a moment and give you that detail. Thanks everyone for watching. Hit that subscribe button so that you get notifications when the next videos go live here on the channel. Check out also the Kaiserreich Weekly Discord. That is where they organise these games. They are a great community, and you should definitely play with them in the future if you are having the opportunity to do so. And I'm very much looking forward to the Kaiserreich Weekly 2021 tournament, which I'm sure will be happening next year. Thanks everyone for watching. I will catch you guys next time. Until then, goodbye.